Hello. Hello, and welcome to Unreal Fest Seattle. So this is our big event for all developers who do cool stuff with Epic's tools and technology. It's for people using Unreal Engine for games, Unreal Engine for enterprise. It's for Fortnite creators and partners using the Epic Games Store, the Epic Online Services Suite, and soon to be released, Digital Content Marketplace, FAB. So we're all here to help you to build better content and to build it more economically. Now, last year's Unreal Fest began with some sad news. The company had to get its finances in order, and we just had some major layoffs. And we spent the last year rebuilding and also really executing solidly on all fronts. I'm happy to tell you now that the company is financially sound, and that Fortnite and Epic Games Store have hit new records in concurrency and success. Fortnite hit 110 million monthly active users last holiday, an all-time peak. And this is all happening in the context of a game business that's rapidly changing in a way that we've only seen a few times in our lifetimes as game developers. It's a generational change, and one of the manifestations we're seeing right now is a lot of games are released with high budgets, and they're not selling nearly as well as expected, whereas other games are going incredibly strong. And what we're seeing, the real trend here, is that players are gravitating towards the really big games where they can play with more of their friends. And so this is a manifestation of Metcalfe's law. Metcalfe's law is the idea that the value of a network or a game or a social experience grows in proportion to the number of your friends that you can connect to. And in the world of gaming, that means you and your friends getting together and playing games, chatting by voice, attending concerts, and doing all other kinds of cool virtual things online. And this trend, some people will call it the Metaverse, and we're not all in agreement on what this means. You know, some people, when they hear the word Metaverse, they think of what Facebook is doing with VR and now AR. Some people use the Metaverse to describe everything they don't like about the current Fortnite season. But you know, when you look at what's happening in the world of Fortnite, it's new and it's exciting, and it's something that's never happened at this scale in the history of entertainment, with an original story that's evolving, with original content, and also all of the world's brands participating and dropping in, with musicians reaching users, Disney and Star Wars and others, all coming together to create a world-class entertainment experience that's ever evolving and live. And that's really what we think that the future of gaming is about. And Epic's primary goal for this decade is to help all developers achieve what we've achieved. And our strategy for doing this over time is to share everything we've built with you so that you can do these same things. And this is not just a message to game developers, it's also a message to the entire real-time 3D content industry. Everybody who's doing cool stuff with real-time 3D has an opportunity here. There's film and television, which is now using Unreal Engine for virtual production on a massive scale. There's architecture firms, there's automotive companies, there's fashion, there's music, and there's gaming, both using Unreal Engine internally for their industrial enterprise use, but also reaching customers through the world of Fortnite and other Unreal Engine games. And the common thread linking all of this is that we all aim to reach the world with our stuff, and we're all using the same tools to make our stuff. And this is coming together in an unprecedented scale. I think Fortnite is just one demonstration. Other games are doing similar things, but as this is adopted more widely by the entire world, we think it's a growth opportunity for everybody and for a way out of the game industry's current malaise. And so I wanted to back up and talk about the long term, what Epic is going to be doing for the rest of this decade on the road from where we are today to Unreal Engine 6. And if you look around at everything that's happening, even here at Unreal Fest, you can see there are clearly two distinct threads of development going on. First of all, there's Unreal Engine 5 for high-end game development, targeting consoles and mobile and PCs, bringing ever more features and performance and capabilities to build world-class, photorealistic and stylized experiences of all sorts. And there's a new thread of development with the Unreal Editor for Fortnite, which is easier to use and aspires to build a new standards-worthy framework for game development, including the Verse scripting language, very easy to use gameplay programming APIs that work in Fortnite now and will work in the broader context of Unreal Engine in the future, including the scene graph, which gives programmers access to everything that's happening in the entire simulation. And over the next few years, we're going to be bringing these two threads of development together, bringing together the best of Unreal Editor for Fortnite and its ease of use and pioneering, and the best of Unreal Engine 5 and even more high-end features that we build over time to bring Unreal Engine 6. And the aim here is to create new foundations for gameplay programming that are easier and also way more scalable, to create new foundations for networking, enabling scaling to huge simulations across entire data centers. And our other major aim for this is to bring together the different and disparate threads of development that developers face when they're making a decision about how to build a product. Do you build a standalone mobile game, a PC game, a console game, a game in Fortnite, a game in Roblox? We want to enable everybody to build a game once and then choose one or all, to ship it standalone in the app stores on all platforms, to ship it into Fortnite live, and to ship it even into other Unreal Engine 6 games which participate in this approach for the future. And we're looking at this not only as an Unreal effort, but as an industry-wide effort. And we're participating in standards bodies like the Metaverse Standards Forum and Kronos Group to define standards applicable to all engines and all digital content creation tools. The ultimate aim of this effort is to achieve technical interoperability between games and game engines of all sorts, and to achieve economic interoperability in an open system so that game developers can easily build experiences standalone or in Fortnite or anywhere in which purchases in one place are honored in other places. And the entire economy is an open economy where everybody can participate. Now, you've heard a lot about, over the last year, about the Disney partnership. Epic and Disney are working together to build a new Disney ecosystem that is Disney's, but is also fully connected to Fortnite, such that anything you get in one place can work in the other place, and your experiences aren't disconnected. You can have the same friends, the same items, and the same social experience as you go. And this partnership is just the first step towards an open system in which we and all companies and creators can participate together in the future as peers. And one really important aspect to this effort is Epic's fight to open mobile platforms to competition. Because for a vibrant digital ecosystem to exist in the future, we need fair competition and an end to these monopoly rent collectors. You know, Apple and Google have a totally broken vision for the world, which is to limit what developers can do, to impose ever more restrictions, to prevent things like the metaverse from happening, or to tax it to the point where they're extracting all of the profit from it. And we're at a point now where game development is expensive, it's low margin, and game companies are suffering. Apple and Google make way more profit from most games than the developers make themselves, while contributing nothing back. And this has to change. There's... Yes. But if we also look back to our roots, I grew up programming an Apple II computer that followed the Steve Wozniak vision for Apple, not the modern bleak vision of Apple. It was an open platform. You turn your computer on, you get a basic prompt, you can start typing code right there and there, and everybody becomes a programmer. You can share the things you build with your friends. You don't have to ask any corporation's permission. And it just highlights that open platforms are more fun. There's just way more innovation on Windows and Mac and Linux, where developers can do whatever they want, unconstrained by these gatekeepers. There's way more opportunity, and there's way more enthusiasm for what can happen among users and among developers themselves. So among the fights we've taken on here, we have Epic versus Apple, a major court case that is still an ongoing fight. We're still fighting to open up payments so that developers can process payments without Apple mediation and without Apple junk fees. We had a massive victory in Epic versus Google at the end of last year, in which a jury found against Google on all counts. We saw a major change in the European Union, where Europe passed the Digital Markets Act. It came into effect, and now Fortnite has returned to iOS, but only in Europe, because the other countries haven't gotten around to fixing their laws to enable this opening up. But relief is on the way. The UK and Japan have passed new laws, and there's major legislation in many major developing countries all around the world. And the world is changing for the better. Though there's much more to do, we're going to keep fighting on until there's an ultimate victory. Thank you for the thanks. And now we're trying to use all of our capabilities in order to eventually bring victory on this. And one of the cool capabilities we have in this fight is the Epic Games Store. And I'd like to invite Steve Allison on stage to talk about the cool things we're doing with Epic Games Store now. Thank you.